Ever feel like someone's watching you? Not from across the street or through a window, but from somewhere deeper? Maybe they've slipped behind your thoughts and started rearranging them. That's Longlegs, a killer who doesn't stalk his victims, he scripts them. Every move, every moment, every scream. Welcome to Real Deep Studios, where we break down the strange, the stylish, and the psychologically twisted. Today, we're diving into one of 2024's most haunting horror films, Longlegs. It's cryptic, chilling, and has Nicolas Cage looking less like a character and more like a curse in human form. If you haven't seen Longlegs yet, pause the video, go get emotionally wrecked, then come back. We'll be waiting with a flashlight and a therapy coupon. Directed by Osgood Perkins, Longlegs was released on July 12, 2024, with a modest budget of $10 million. Distributed by Neon, it grossed a surprising $128 million worldwide, a testament to its viral marketing and Cage's unsettling performance. Critics praised its atmosphere and originality, earning a 77 Metascore and 9 award wins. But audiences were split. Some hailed it as the next horror classic, while others called it style over substance. The film's cryptic storytelling and occult themes polarized viewers, especially those expecting a more traditional thriller. Set in 1990s Oregon, Longlegs follows FBI agent Lee Harker, a gifted but emotionally distant investigator with hints of clairvoyance. She's assigned to a cold case involving a series of family murders, all eerily similar. A parent kills their spouse and children, then themselves. The only clue? A signed cryptic note. As Harker digs deeper, she uncovers occult symbols and patterns that suggest the killer is orchestrating these murders remotely, like a conductor of chaos. Flashbacks to the 1970s show a young girl lured by a pale, whispering man, whose presence is more demonic than human. The investigation spirals as Harker realizes she's psychically linked to Longlegs. The climax reveals that she was chosen by him long ago, part of a twisted prophecy. The final act blurs reality, with Harker confronting Longlegs in a surreal, ritualistic showdown that leaves her fate ambiguous. Lee isn't introduced with exposition, she's introduced with instinct. After an FBI briefing, she and her partner arrive at a suburban cul-de-sac, responding to a tip. But something's wrong. Lee pauses, catches her breath, and her gaze lingers on a specific house. She senses danger not through evidence, but through something deeper. Her partner dismisses her attempt to call for backup. Seconds later, her partner gets shot. It's a brutal moment, but it's also a thesis. There is more to Lee than meets the eye. This scene sets the tone for her character, emotionally distant, hyperintuitive, and haunted by something she can't name. She's not just observant, she's attuned to a frequency no one else hears.
It's hard to explain, sir. It's like something tapping me on the shoulder, telling me where to look.
That tension between insight and alienation defines her arc. Throughout Longlegs, Lee has multiple phone conversations with her mother Ruth, and each one is emotionally stunted. The calls are short, clipped, and filled with awkward pauses. Lee often initiates them, but her tone is cautious, like she's testing the waters rather than seeking comfort. Ruth, on the other end, is cold and evasive. She rarely asks how Lee is doing, and when she does, it feels more performative than genuine. Lee's voice trembles slightly, not with fear, but with the frustration of someone who's been emotionally stonewalled her entire life. She doesn't know how to talk to her mother, and her mother doesn't want to talk at all. These calls aren't just filler, though. They serve a purpose. The calls are rooted in a foundational lie, created to protect Lee from a horrifying truth. As director Osgood Perkins explained, Ruth's motivation was to shield her daughter from a difficult reality, a theme he drew from his own life. The phone calls also show Lee's isolation and hint at Ruth's deeper involvement in the occult events surrounding Longlegs. Ruth's reluctance to engage isn't just maternal detachment. It's guilt. She knows more than she's saying, and Lee senses it, or at the very least begins to. The final call, before Lee visits her mom in person, is especially chilling. Ruth warns her to stop investigating. Her voice is calm, but there's panic underneath. Lee doesn't argue. She just listens, her silence loaded with suspicion. It's the moment she realizes her mother isn't just hiding something, she might be part of it. These phone scenes are masterclasses in subtext. They reveal Lee's emotional repression, her longing for connection, and the generational trauma that underpins the film's horror. Ruth isn't just a distant parent, she's a gatekeeper to the truth. And Lee, despite her gifts, struggles to see through her mother's facade. Her connection to Longlegs isn't spelled out, it's slowly felt. Through visions, symbols, and emotional disorientation, Lee begins to unravel. She's not just solving a mystery, she's becoming a part of it. Longlegs isn't your typical horror villain. He doesn't stalk his victims with knives or chainsaws, he orchestrates their destruction from the shadows, using psychological warfare and occult precision. His murders aren't acts of rage, they're rituals. And the tools of his trade? Dolls. These aren't your typical dolls though, they're vessels. Satanic dolls that channel dark magic. Longlegs doesn't enter homes himself. He sends these cursed objects, allowing the devil, his master and muse, to possess the father of each targeted family. The result is always the same. The father murders his loved ones, then takes his own life. It's not chaos, it's choreography. And the pattern is chilling. Every family has a 9-year-old daughter born on the 14th. When plotted on a calendar, the murder dates form an inverted triangle, a symbol of occult sacrifice. This isn't random. It's ritual. Nicolas Cage disappears into the role, buried under pale, lumpy prosthetics that suggest botched plastic surgeries, attempts to make himself beautiful for Satan. His look is androgynous, inspired by Fellini's Juliet of the Spirits and Cage's own mother. He speaks in a whispery, high-pitched voice that sounds like a lullaby sung in reverse. His behavior is erratic, twitching, singing, dancing, screaming. Daddy! He's childlike, almost playful. And that's what makes him terrifying. He's not just evil, he's gleeful about it. But the horror isn't just in the murders. It's personal. Longlegs has been fixated on Lee Harker since she was a child. Her mother met Longlegs in the past and had refused to take a doll from him. In retaliation, Longlegs coerced Ruth into becoming his accomplice, forcing her to deliver dolls to other families under threat of losing her daughter. And the worst part? He's been living in their basement. The name Longlegs comes from this. He was always just downstairs, always watching. His plan wasn't just to kill, it was to groom. Lee was his chosen heir, a spiritual successor. The unused doll he gave her blocked her memories, but also awakened her psychic abilities. The FBI sees her as gifted. Longlegs sees her as his legacy. This twisted inheritance forces Lee to confront not just a killer, but her own origin. The evil isn't outside. It's in her home, in her blood, in her past. The ritualistic nature of his killings, always families, always suicide, suggests a larger plan. He's not just killing, he's converting. The film implies he's part of a demonic lineage and Harker is his spiritual heir. Longlegs doesn't stab or shoot. He slowly infects. And that is what makes him so terrifying. Catching Longlegs isn't the end. It's the beginning of Lee Harker's most personal descent. After her psychic breakthrough leads to his arrest, the story pivots from procedural horror to supernatural reckoning. During interrogation, Longlegs speaks in riddles, hinting that Lee's mother holds the real answers. Then, with a chilling "Hail Satan," he gruesomely kills himself, smashing his face into the table. His death confirms Lee's suspicion. He wasn't working alone. Lee visits her mother's home, where Ruth's fractured faith and twisted maternal instinct drive her final act, murdering Lee's partner and attempting one last ritual. Ruth shoots and destroys a doll made in Lee's image. This act releases the dark energy that had blocked Lee's memories, but also gave her psychic gifts. In a flashback, Lee learns the truth. Longlegs targeted her as a child. To save her, Ruth made a deal, posing as a nun and delivering cursed dolls to other families, including Agent Carter's. A demonic voice calls Lee, saying she's late for Ruby's party. At the house, Ruth is already there. Carter, now possessed, kills his wife. Lee is forced to shoot him to save Ruby. Ruth, now fully devoted to the ritual, lunges at Ruby with a dagger. Lee is forced to kill her, confronting the truth that the monster wasn't just Longlegs, it was the silence and sacrifice of the person who was supposed to protect her. The ritual is stopped, but not undone. Lee tries to destroy Ruby's doll, only to find her gun empty. She's left holding Ruby's hand, staring at the still-possessed doll. The screen cuts to black. The message is clear. Longlegs may be dead, but the evil he served is eternal. And Lee, like Ruth before her, may be cursed to carry it forward. Together, Carter and Ruth show how evil corrupts not just minds, but relationships. The horror isn't just in the killer, it's in the people closest to you. Longlegs explores inheritance, manipulation, and identity. It asks, are we born evil or shaped into it? Lee's journey is one of self-discovery through horror. The killer isn't just external, it's embedded in her mind. The film blends occult horror with psychological dread, using symbols, silence, and suggestion. It's about patterns, how trauma repeats, how evil hides in plain sight. So, is Longlegs a masterpiece or a misfire? Honestly, it's both. It's the kind of film that whispers instead of screams, that lingers instead of resolves. If you came for answers, you probably left frustrated. But if you came for vibes, you got a whole seance. Micah Monroe gives us a heroine who's unraveling in slow motion. Nicolas Cage gives us a villain who's already unhinged. Together, they create a horror duet that's unforgettable, even if it doesn't always make sense. For those who loved it, you saw the art in the ambiguity. For those who didn't, you're not wrong. Sometimes, mystery without meaning feels like a puzzle missing pieces. But hey, at least it wasn't another jump scare factory. In the end, Longlegs is less about solving a mystery and more about confronting one's origin. It's haunting but not always satisfying. It dared to be weird. And in horror, being weird is a risk worth taking. If this video gave you the chills, subscribe to the channel and drop your theories in the comments, especially about that final scene. Is Lee cursed to continue the cycle? Or did she break it? Until next time, keep your symbols hidden and your dolls locked away.